Hi everyone, I'm Xelo Forés, and this is my presentation about Shakespeare versus post-truth. I will start with the objectives, then the theoretical framework, then Shakespeare versus post-truth with Shakespeare in post-truth society and fiction as a political weapon, and finally the conclusions. The objectives. To study the role of Shakespeare in contemporary post-truth society, to identify controversial aspects of post-truth society and how fiction and reality interact in it, to analyze the pervading influence of Shakespeare on popular fiction works, to show Shakespearean popular fiction as a tool of change through the appropriations of Hamlet, and to analyze how non-canonical Shakespearean fiction counteracts against current post-truth trends. Theoretical framework used different theories to develop an appropriate methodology. So I use cultural materialism, theories of appropriation, theories of popular culture, digitalism and globalization, convergence culture, and obviously the theory of post-truth. In the theory of post-truth, I take into account basically the article by Michiko Kakutani, The Death of Truth, the book by Lee McIntyre, Post-Truth, and the article by Maria Bolezzi, The Revenge of Fiction and New Languages of Protest. When reality becomes confusing and it is difficult to know whom believe, fiction is the realm where people can find references. In this context, Shakespeare is always a trustworthy guide. Hamlet is a tireless pursuer of truth, according to Bloom. Thus, nowadays, Hamlet has become an inspirational fiction hero. In post-truth and post-reality, Shakespeare's works are appreciated as a cultural totem through the intellectual questioning of the human being and power relationships, as it is especially evident in Hamlet. Post-truth tries to dissolve the borders between fantasy and reality when makes lies seem truth, and consequently generates the fictionalization of reality and the overcoming of facts by fantasy. Cultural products with a political purpose, such as those from non-canonical Shakespearean fiction, may contribute to clarify those blurring limits between fiction and reality. There is a trend to use fiction as a weapon to intervene against the false reality created by post-truth, as in non-canonical Shakespearean fiction, such as Sons of Anarchy and V for Vendetta. Fox TV series Sons of Anarchy by Carl Sutter appropriates Hamlet to transpose it into the outlaws biker subgenre. It uses Shakespeare's play as a cultural framework to give an insight of the corruption in American society nowadays, placing Hamlet into an extremely violent motorcycle club. Before Vendetta, both the graphic novel by Alan Moore and its film version by McTeague and the Wachowski sisters exemplify the power of dystopian fiction to mirror the totalitarian oppressive future waiting for us. The charismatic character V unfolds a Shakespearean revenge tragedy to show the real possibilities of social and political change, making people aware of their transforming power. The political force of the fictional in New Languages of Protest underlines the conflict between fiction and reality to attack post-truth, according to Maria Bolezzi. Fiction progressively enters into the realm of reality to mirror the fictionalization of today's reality. Non-canonical Shakespearean fiction products project the contradictions of post-truth society. They make possible the change of Shakespearean cultural paradigm in the methods of appropriation and the political aims. Hamlet inspires non-canonical Shakespearean fiction to mirror post-truth society and wake awareness. Using Shakespearean references makes popular culture products serious tools for political activism, intervening increasingly into reality. Finally, the conclusions. In post-truth society, there is growing evidence that fiction intervenes increasingly into reality. People's identification with Shakespearean popular fiction products makes possible these works influence them. These modern Shakespearean mutations can act over their audience's perception about different aspects of reality as the first step to contribute to transform it. So thanks very much for listening to me.